Hi, I'm Jen. I am the founder of the Misadventure Squad and Misadventure Coaching, and I'm so excited to share with you a little bit more about my coach mentorship and what you're going to get and the value that I can provide for you. So, this is perfect for you if you are a run coach, if you have your certification but haven't really dove in yet because there's so much and you're so overwhelmed, or if you have maybe thought about getting your run coaching certification but aren't sure if it's worth it or kind of what the next steps would be beyond that. So I want to start by saying that I absolutely recommend, if you want to do run coaching, that you get certified. I really like RRCA and V.O2. I think those ones are great. While I love those programs in terms of helping you figure out how to write training programs and things like that, there's very little advice behind that on how to actually start a business, like very little. Yeah, like none. And so after I got my certification 4 years ago, I've kind of figured out how to do this thing from scratch. And that's why I'm opening this mentorship, is to help you figure out how to do it and maybe not make some of the mistakes that I've made and speed up the process for you so you see success faster. Like I said, I got my run coaching certification and decided to start this thing 4 years ago with a passion to help women who maybe historically wouldn't have felt empowered to work with a run coach as a mid to back of the packer for a really long time myself. My first marathon was almost 7 hours. So I'm not kidding when I say I was a mid to back of the pack runner for a really long time. That I want to empower those women to feel like they are still allowed to chase running goals, and that just because you're not what somebody might tell you is fast, that you don't deserve to feel really proud and empowered and strong in your body. So that was kind of my why into getting into coaching. And then shortly after I got my coaching certification, I had my second daughter. And shortly after that, the pandemic happened. Learned a whole lot along the way. So some of the things that I want to make sure, the mistakes that you don't make, are things like how to take payments, figuring that out so that it's consistent for your athletes along the way, how to get your first couple of athletes if you're not somebody that has a coaching roster right now. Tips and advice on taking the test if you need that, starting your social media and marketing, and that helping you figure out how to start a website and what different avenue is the best for that. There's a ton of different options depending on what you want to do. And then one of the things that really helped me once I kind of was able to dive in, once we had childcare again and we're allowed to see people, I have a almost 6-year-old and a 3.5-year-old. So I was in the thick of it when the world shut down back in 2020. And so once I was able to dedicate more time, those were some of the things I was figuring out, along with like blog and email management and all of that. And so I will help you figure out what of those you should even be doing, when I recommend doing them, and how to get started for all of that. I have resources to send you for that so that you don't feel lost and you don't feel overwhelmed. We'll take it and we'll meet and we'll build it out step by step so that each month you know really what you're focusing on to get your business going and growing and building and scaling to be what you want it to be. The other part of the business, my business, that I found has been really beneficial to me is partnering with Body, which is how I am able to offer this mentorship at such an affordable price, because coaching mentorships are thousands of dollars. I think the cheapest one that I've looked at is $2,000. And one of the more expensive ones that I looked at was up to $10,000 for 6 months. So offering this at a significantly lower value because of a partnership with a company that makes really high quality strength training products. And I use those to help my athletes. So when I was able to dedicate more time to coaching, I really wanted to make sure that I was training my athletes as whole athletes. As somebody who was a mid to back of the packer, I was often injury prone, never with anything big, but lots of sort of injuries. And a lot of that happened because I wasn't super consistent in training. I would find free plans online, print them out and do them, or I would pay, $40 for a plan and it would just write on there, strength training. Okay, great. But I had no idea what I was doing. I'd go to the gym, I'd rip out a free workout that I found in like Shape magazine or Self magazine, and then I would do that. Or I would find something on Pinterest and I would do that. And I had no idea if it was good or if it was what I was supposed to be doing or if it was helping me become a better runner at all. And when I started working with women, I realized that I was not alone, that that's how most women feel about how the running and strength training, they know they need to do it, but aren't sure how. And so I started writing workouts. Once I had my certifications, I started writing my own strength workouts, run warm-ups, cool downs, and then I would record them in my garage or in my family room and send them to my athletes, which led to a whole host of other problems. Like, how do I make sure that these aren't public? And how do I know, like, this is not my area of passion. I don't want to learn how to be an on-camera trainer. I don't know what, like, all of those different things. Plus, it's me and my phone and a tripod. So how do I make sure that my athletes who need modifications are getting those modifications and showing them the right way to do them? And I don't want to be one of those people, one of the fitness YouTubers, right? Great for them, not what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a run coach. But I knew I needed to get my athletes something so that they were getting high quality strength training. And I didn't want to be recommending them to go spend another $75 at the gym. Most people are runners because they want to be outside and they don't want to spend a ton of money at the gym. Especially if you're working with a run coach, at least the runners that I work with based on my niche, which we can also narrow down for you. But so I partnered with Body to give my athletes really high quality strength training workouts. And I know exactly what they're getting. So I can log in and I can send them a specific strength workout every day. And I can show you what this looks like too. I use a coaching platform called V.O2. I can send them a link to the specific workout I want them to do on each day. And then because the programs within Body build week after week, we find a trainer that they like and we get to go through a program the workouts are building on one another, so you get that progressive overload that's been proven to help runners, especially in endurance running, have less cramping and injury. So that partnership has been really beneficial to my runners. I have about 50% that also use Body in their workouts. I also have some runners that don't or that choose to do other things, and so I can help you figure out how to navigate and manage that as well. So I'm so excited. If this sounds like something that you want to learn more about, you want to set up a call, please, please, please reach out and I would be happy to set up a one-on-one call or add you to my Body Basics Bootcamp so that I can set you up as a coach and help you start crushing your run coaching business.